Here we are. This is going to be the final video of Three Houses. It's been quite a journey, I will admit, and honestly, I didn't even think that I would make it this far. It feels like absolute ages since I first started playing this. I'm pretty sure it has been, a good couple of months, truth be told. I started playing this mostly because I wanted an excuse to... I guess not really an excuse, but I just have a hard time finishing games sometimes. And this was going to be my way of being able to play it and have a reason to play it besides just playing it. It's been a long time coming, and even though there's only really been one person watching, legitimately, you have been a huge reason why I've been able to play through it as much as I have. I would have lost confidence, I'm sure, a long time ago if I hadn't had you watching. So, and to make sure that I actually get this right, from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate you actually watching my videos. Nisander 15. A lot of this playthrough has been shaped by you giving me suggestions about what you want to see and everything, and I actually really appreciate it. I'm very thankful for you to watch all these videos. Maybe you'll stay for the later ones, who knows? But I really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll be seeing you from now on as well. But past that, it's time to move on to the final mission of the month and the final mission of the playthrough. With a decisive battle ahead, Byleth visited the monastery. We're at the monastery, the cemetery. We're here visiting our mother and father's grave.
Sorry. It looks like I'm going to have to leave you now.
One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
Someone I love. I've never chosen the no one option. One of these playthroughs I'll probably have to. And truth be told, honestly, I should keep this save file just to fill up the ends of them. But we know who I'm going to go for. And it's once again due to the suggestion of Nisander 15. I will share my life with Yuri. And here we are. We're as beefed up as we're going to be. I don't have any other preparations that I want to make. It's time to move on to the final mission. For the freedom of Fodlin. Shambhala has fallen, but a mysterious army has emerged from its ruins, bearing the crest of flames on its banner. Leading this force is Nemesis, the King of Liberation, presumed dead for 1,000 years. Suggested level 42. Every character that I have is definitely well above 42. I'm pretty sure most of my units are closer to 45. With a few of them getting close to 50, I'm sure.
A military force bearing the crest of flames on its banner marches west to Garrigmach from Shambhala, attacking nearby cities along the way.
Just a douchebag in general.
Informs the Alliance that the enemy's general is none other than the ancient Fell King Nemesis. And so, the Alliance army prepares for their final battle, hoping to put an end to Fodlin's blood-stained history.
We're the only ones that have the capabilities of doing this. We've been...
Wow, thanks.
Oh, the music. Oh, the music. Oh, the music. For the freedom of Fodlin, Verdant Wind, Chapter 22.
What's the plan, my friend?
We will defeat Nemesis.
I thought you'd say
Take
that.
care of this
And
problem
course,
once and
I'll
for
be
all.
joining you.
And
What
hope
about the rest of you? Our enemy is a monster of legend. As always, there's not a shred of proof that we can win.
A foolish inquiry, Claude. I must finish what my father started.
Started? Your father ran away before the battle even began.
Well, all the more reason why I, as his heir, cannot flee now.
I'm in. I need to get back at him for hurting my brother. I'm not going to let him get away with it.
this is the most determined
Wow.
Hilda has ever been.
Hilda's serious about this.
No kidding.
I, too, will fight until the end. I wish to protect Fodlin's future. I feel the same as Lysithea. It would hardly be fitting for Captain Gerald's apprentice to bow out now. I'll show them everything he taught me. I will give it my all as well. For the Professor, for Claude, and for all of you who helped make me as strong as I am now.
I'm in too. And when we're done, I'm gonna eat tons of steak to celebrate.
This
Provided by
truly is the
Claude,
final
of course.
battle. At this point, you shouldn't have to ask us, Claude. You know we're with you.
I do know that, Ignatz. But I had to ask, just to make sure.
Can't be making any assumptions.
Look at how reliable you kids have become. You've trained them well, Professor.
Thanks,
This
Judith.
Nemesis guy should be arriving soon. Is everyone ready?
As ready as I'll
It's
ever
finally
be.
time.
Let's win
That's right.
together,
I'm
everyone.
confident we have what it takes to win. Let's defeat this dusty old King of Liberation and put an end to this history of lies. Once we've done that, there'll be nothing holding us back. A new and brighter age will begin. Let's go, my friend. Fodlin's new dawn awaits.
It's finally time. I've been anticipating this battle for quite a while, because, frankly, I remember it being one of my favorites. Even though it wasn't my first playthrough. My first playthrough was the Black Eagle route. But it's finally time to see if it's as good as I remember it being. As soon as we get past this darn loading screen. I am recording audio, right? Yep. Okay, good. Just have to be sure. Alright. Alright, 12 units. I don't think I could ask for anyone better. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with... Sedith, I'm sorry. I'll use you in a new playthrough, I'm sure. Here's the... We'll put Dorothea with Sylvain. Alright, let's take a look at what we have going on here. We got Nemesis. We also have chests as well. How many? 3. With a winged demonic beast as well in the midst as well. Alright. Let's take a look. Let's take a little look around. We have Blathid with Erenbar. We have Goneril with... I don't even know how to pronounce it. We have Daphnel with Lewin. Oopsie. We have... we have Karen with Thunderbrand. We have Gautier with the Lance of Ruin. Just No, here. We have Lamine with the Raphael gem. We have Dominic with the Crusher. We have Faldarius with the Aegis Shield. Is there any more? Oh, we got this one here. We got Regan with Failnaught. We got Gloucester with Thyrus. If you haven't guessed it by now, this is us fighting against the 10 elites with their heroes' relics, and that includes Nemesis, the King of Liberation, with the Sword of the Creator. Mighty King of Legend negates 1 attack per turn and strengthens stats while 10 elites are present. So he's going to be beefed up while the 10 elites are still around. Let's see if we can make that a little less of a problem. Defeat the enemy commander. Bile Claude falls in battle.
Nemesis is here, and with more soldiers than expected.
And a few more weapons than expected.
Swamp, huh? But there's something about it. It looks odd somehow.
Can't breathe.
Poor guy. Died
You
before the
should not
battle
have
even
done
started.
that. Be careful. The water is poisonous to the living.
Specifically to the
Looks
living.
like we better not get near that swamp. Try to avoid it during the fight.
Or at least be careful with it. Here it is. Oh, here we go. Alright.
My orders?
I shouldn't hold back. Well, that's a great way to start off. Okay. You need to hit at least 3 times. Good. Good. Okay. Great start.
Make a difference?
Oh, we got this guy. Okay.
Sunshine.
Can't quite reach. You'll have to really get in there, but there's too many enemies to be able to let an opening come in.
Why not?
Goodness.
What's the plan?
I'll have to...
Shall we?
I'll have to be very careful. We can't let them push in very hard. Or they're going to push in hard, that's the problem. Okay. I think I'm fine with this for now.
What's my strategy?
Oh, goodness. Whose range am I? Oh, am I within that range? Oh, I am. Just barely. No. Lysithia, you have the range to be able to focus a few people down. There's no reason for you to not. Just use miasma for now. Doesn't look like you'll be able to kill. I'm just going to be using my range to my advantage. That's all I should try right now. Just pick them off as they come in. And then once I get an opening, I need to try to take out that archer in the middle. Oh, another level up for Ingrid.
Hopefully I'll be more useful now.
Get the people who are good at tanking in the front. Okay. Okay.
Saros, I will kill you. Do not get in my way.
So that's Nemesis. You're a crusty old bastard, you know that?
All those who stand in my way will be destroyed.
There's not much of a personality to that. That's what it looks like. Okay. Woo. You fucked up a little bit.
Huh? I think they've got some sort of magical link with Nemesis.
That's what it looks like.
Could the magic be protecting him?
Not sure, but we'd better take out his 10 commanders before taking him on.
The 10
9 more
elites.
commanders remaining. We just killed number 10. These can't be the 10 elites, can they? Nah, not likely.
Not likely, you say.
Let's finish this.
Oh. We're starting off this battle really well.
Run until we meet again.
Good job, Dorothea.
All this power just to survive. Watch and learn.
Aw, come on, well, I guess we both suck. Oh, Hilda, why do you have a tomahawk? That's not what you should be using. That didn't hurt that bad. I'll just heal that up anyways. I mean, he tried. I'm gonna need to save some of my stuff for that.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so he healed up a bit. And I healed up all the damage that I just took. Nothing can double. Oh, that's disappointing. I don't need to use... Alright, this guy's just quick.
I'm in.
Nope. Nope. Trading sort of rapier. I like these odds a little bit more.
Step aside.
Yeah, just like that. Okay.
Sassy. You've had your fun.
Double crits. That is what I like to see.
You're done.
Knew you could do it.
There's the chests. There aren't many, but they're really, really spread out. Okay, let's do Sagittae. No, is there? No, nothing. Nothing. Get a double. What am I talking about? Oh, Dorothea. Ooh, wow. That was actually very nice. Okay, start moving people up. No, don't need to waste the inexhaustible. Oh, that's a 25% chance to hit. That's... yeah. Yeah, actually, I should have expected that. Just my asthma.
Same old, same old.
Sword of the Creator once again. And it looks like, Goneril is gonna be coming.
I must lead them well.
Okay. I can accept that.
I'll do my best.
Rusted, why do I have that? Just do Blizzard.
I have to do this!
Just kill him with Blizzard.
This is for the best, right?
Someone's fired up.
Killer Knuckles. Not the greatest chance to hit, but a pretty good chance to crit. No crits. That's disappointing. Italian level 4, excuse me. Not a Tomahawk. Use... Do I want to use the Killer Axe? No, use... Freykugel? Freykugel. Still with a pretty good chance to crit, all things considered.
Fighting wears me out.
Let's go.
Training bow, yeah. And even if I can't get out, which I should be able to, it shouldn't be a problem.
Amazing.
Yeah, I could dip out. I can get out of most people's range.
My joke of a life drags on.
You're fine. Okay. Cyril, I'm gonna move him down here. Dismount. No, Lysithea will come down. Oh, she has warp. Alright, I'll save that then. It's not glowing. I want you to note that. At least that's something I noticed just now. What do you have, Goneril? You've got, wait, you know, you've got, like, Thysis, right? Is that how you pronounce it? Ow! Oh, okay. Yeah, Dark Thysis. Model after the Thysis staff. Crafted using ancient technology. Oh, is that what it's gonna say for most of them? An axe created using ancient technology. Yep. What's it say about the Sword of the Creator? Heaven's Fall. A fell sword of the Creator with two crests. A fell sword of the Creator with two crest stones. He's got a barrier on him. Oh my gosh, it does. I can't see the crest stones in it though. Rarely raises might and stops counterattacks. Unit recovers HP while in swamp terrain. Okay. Alright. I'm sorry. I get very interested with these things. What do you got? You have Salt Troop. You have Salt Troop. Assist. Nope. Gambit.
Forgive my intrusion.
Good. Good. And can I back up? Well... what am I gonna do about that? I'm gonna have to back up then.
At the ready.
Oof, jeez. You're very fast, apparently. It's okay. He can't actually hurt me that bad. Because I have the
What's my
shield that
strategy?
makes it so that I'm immune to flyer weaknesses. Alright, that's one down.
There is still room for improvement.
I'm in.
Alright, you can go for the further one, and with the rapier, you actually deal insane damage.
Don't expect any sympathy.
Can't go any further. That's fine.
What's the plan?
Sagittae. Yep, we can work with that. Am I on swamp? I hope I'm not. Oh! Not quite, but still really good. I am on swamp. That's okay.
My orders?
No, training bow. Just to make sure that I hit a little better.
I will destroy you!
Well, that was a bit excessive, but I guess it guarantees that I hit.
Alright, who's next? Why not? I'll do my best. Shall we?
Let's go.
Mount first. Attack, Silver Axe. You cut it pretty close, Cyril, but you can take the hit. That's for sure.
That's what you get. I don't want to die here.
I don't mind you,
Sunshine.
heal. I can use my healers here to all heal up Cyril.
Let's make this quick.
Assist. Nope. Assist. Physic. I mean, I could just heal, actually, since I'm right here.
Thank you.
And then I can physic, or heal this as well. Because Lysithea doesn't learn physic. What's the chances? I don't like that. Yeah, I'll go with this. Just to make sure Lysithea stays safe. Who else needs to be moved? Oh, Balthus.
Oh yeah.
Take a step forward as well. Goneril's starting to step up. Or is it Gloucester? Ooh. Okay. And now this is where we focus on... This is where we focus on taking down all of his Gambit assault troop. This is where we focus on taking down the barrier.
Shreds.
Are you? Yes, you are. Okay. So I can... Gambit, Resonate Lightning, and then there's only one left, and then I can use Seraphim from Lysithea to take out the last one, because it's vulnerable, so it should take out one in just one hit.
Let's
I'll
go.
move Cyril just to make sure. Dismount, item, Training Axe just to add a little bit more, just to make it a little harder for him to attack me. Attack, Seraphim. I guess I don't need to do that, but just attacking it is fine. But I don't use this very often, so may as well. One Umbral Steel, which I will not be able to use. Thoron to finish off this health bar, and then Hilda can finish off the last one. Yep. And that's the last demonic beast that we need to worry about. For this playthrough, that is. Alright, gonna wait there. Item... I don't have anything. I'm actually gonna wait, and then... assist, physic... Wow, I don't need to worry about range at all.
Sorry.
Okay. And then I'll start... walking up. There's a lot here. I think I will actually walk around. I think that might be in my best interest. Oh, is that stairs? Okay, no, it's just a bridge. Okay. Now for the enemy's turn.
Watch and learn.
Okay. House of Daphne. Everyone just, yeah, Byleth is just shredding them. And to think Byleth wasn't actually super duper strong at the beginning of the game because of how much I was needing to focus on actually getting... Ow! On actually getting Byleth's stats up and everything.
So close.
Okay, good. Great to hear that. Even better to see that. Wow. Cyril, you had an even better chance to hit and you still missed. I mean, you missed afterwards, so it makes sense. What's this one? Thunder. Oh gosh, Thunder Branch. Really, 0 damage. Okay. How am I gonna proceed? First off, like this. Actually... No, I need to do one then the other. What is your range? 3 to 10. Wait, hang on. What is the range of bolting? 3 to 10. Oh. So I should have a little extra movement. That doesn't quite kill, no! Okay, I'll have to wait for next turn then. Gotta go with Luna, I guess. Good. Okay. That was... it felt like the animation went on a little longer than I expected, truth be told. Okay. I have to hold off for a minute then. Physic, Cyril, because Cyril's taking a good bit of a beating. You don't move, do you? I guess not. Alright, I'm going to... I'm gonna use... fail not. Abraxas, please do not hit. I really need you to not do exactly that. Oh, Aegis popped, but it didn't help because they were that 1 HP anyways.
The weak fall, the strong live. It's a bad time to die.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's get you patched up.
Thanks.
And then up here. Woo! Oh my gosh, 40% chance to crit. And you don't crit. Now you crit.
Better accept it. Give the goddess my regards, yeah? That'll do. For now.
For now. Okay. Oh gosh, what are you gonna hit me with? Oh gosh, Abraxas. What's the range? 1 to 2. Oh, you're gonna come to me then. Okay, that's fine. Yuri doesn't need it, so I'm just going to go ahead and
I owe you one.
heal up Sylvain, because he needs it a little bit. Alright, who else is left? Hilda, it looks like, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end turn here.
Watch and learn.
Aw, no little cool flip. Oh! Yuri! Oh my gosh! Yuri, please don't do that ever again. Oh my gosh.
Allow me to demonstrate.
It won't
That was a
end
4% chance to crit. I'm gonna point that out. Gambit does hit both. It does not kill both. Ugh. Ooh. Just got a little lightheaded for a second.
It's time.
I'm gonna still do both. I'm gonna get someone to come in and take out this one. Probably Balthus, because he's right there. Fire. Nope. Yeah, fire. No, Nosferatu. That doesn't... Fine, fire. Fight fire with fire.
That's gotta hurt. Stronger the better.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay. Three to 12, so I need to get a little bit in. Not quite. Attack, bolting. No. Yep, there we go. 100% chance to hit. Let's take out these archers and get them out of here. They are a problem for all of my flyers. Okay. Alright, I don't have anyone to take... here we go. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead, Hilda.
You're making me work.
That's right, I am making you work. 132. Oh gosh. Oh, Hilda's fine. Hilda's fine. Hilda's fine. Hilda's fine. Hilda's fine. How many boltings do you have? 4. Jeez. Please heal him up. He needs it so bad. And then he's gonna worry about the chest. Because Sylvain's really tanky, so I don't... I'll stay here so he doesn't get attacked by too many things. Occasionally. I can't even hurt him. I'm not gonna worry about it. They can all attack Sylvain. It's fine. Assist, physic. Yeah, bring Yuri back up to full.
Unexpected.
Chest. Arrow of Indra. Crafted using ancient technology. Yeah, I guess go ahead. I don't have any lance users that really want that right now. I'll bring people closer. I need to start getting people spread out a little bit, because I need to... I do have a chest key, though. So I should probably try and give a chest key to someone and put them down to that chest down at the bottom.
I will not die yet.
Okay. Okay. Does anyone need major healing? Yeah, Claude does, actually.
Thanks for that. At the ready.
Okay. Okay. This is going pretty well. Not perfect. Good. That is exactly what I was hoping for. Thank you, Sylvain. Alright, this guy's gonna come down, and he's not going to die to Sagittae, which is actually ideal in this situation. Oh, perfect. Sylvain got movement +1. Oh, he's got Tomahawk.
Is that it?
Oh, well, now he's just gonna die. Yeah. Yeah, he completely messed that up.
Don't bother haunting me.
Woo! Okay, good. Funny how he's the only one worried about it right now. Okay. Let's see what I have to deal with now. I have this chest down here, which I'm going to go get. I'll probably send Hilda that way. No, I want you to actually walk up to him and beat him up. With the killer knuckles, of course. There you go. Preserve those uses.
Wonder there's a bounty on my head.
I should be using his hero's relic. What am I thinking?
Just like that.
Okay, convoy. Store. I should have, yes, chest key. Trade with Hilda. Give Hilda the chest key. I'll smack this guy up here, just to weaken him for when people start coming. Oh, XP obtained. Equipment. Ooh, that's actually awesome. You can go ahead and attack if you need. I think I'm going to use... Wait... Dance... And then I'm going to use Resonate Lightning. Again, what is probably the stupidest dance, but it's good. Gambit. 60%, 70%. I guess this so that I deal more damage to the initial target. Good. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And Lysithea finally hit 40. I mean, I'm not complaining about that. Any magic increase is good.
So that time wasn't wasted.
Yeah, right? Gotta think positively. And I'll do this to hit them a little bit harder too, and make sure I hit both as well. And this is assembly too, so I'll back up automatically.
I fight for Lady Rhea.
Yeah, you do. And she needs your help right now. She can't be dealing with the King of Liberation again. Not now. Whoop. You could take one. Yeah, I don't want them both to go onto Lysithea. That's actually a terrible idea. Okay. Okay. Fail not. It's weird that Erenfar was, like, all the way up here, but... Yeah, like, I don't know. It feels like they should be by... you know, they all should be by Nemesis, but I don't know, that's just me. I'm running out of Sagittarius, so I guess I'm switching to fire.
You knew the odds.
Nope. Right here should be where I can attack. Good. Good, 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 good. Oh, Bolting can still attack back. I thought Bolting couldn't counterattack. Maybe that's Chain. Oh, no. Aegis, no! Oh, Aegis twice, really?
Still
I shouldn't...
not looking good.
I shouldn't hold back.
My orders?
Oh no, it doesn't have a great chance to hit. Oh, that's not good. Aegis. Come on. Oh, Aegis went off this time. Oh, come on. Why is... Please, hit and don't have Aegis go off. Oh my gosh. No. Okay.
There's more work to be done.
There is.
I'm in.
I can't hurt you with magic.
Why not?
Go ahead and heal up.
Thanks.
Oh, wait. No, I should silence. Attack, silence. That's what I should do. That would have been smart to do. And now I can walk up, and I don't have to worry about anything else except for this guy, who... Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, that hurts. It's alright.
At the ready.
It's okay. Alright, here's the Crusher.
Obvious.
Okay, good. He dodged at least one of them, so he's not as bad. He's not as bad off as he could be. Good. Okay. The more damage we dodge, the more we don't have to waste time on healing. Exactly. Good, good. And that just wastes their magic, too. Lysithea cannot take a hit. Okay. Renew is actually great because it heals me up after each try. Nothing can kill. Well, now that I'm up on you, you can't do anything. Do you just always go off? Okay, hang on. Renew's actually great for this.
I'm in.
I have the Sword of Zoltan. That's a not too interesting looking sword. Ooh, a training lance. Nice.
My orders?
Combat arts. Curved shot. Training bow. Silver bow. It's a coin flip on if I hit or not. Dang it! Okay. It's okay. I have more movement.
Why not?
Can you, in your, like, immense amount of magic that you have, hurt her? You can. Good. One more down.
Look! The swamp cleared!
Oh! Oh, that's awesome, actually.
My orders?
Curved shot. Okay, 90% chance to hit. This has to hit this time. Okay, who do I have left? Everyone, really. This might be a little bit of a problem.
Shall we?
But actually it shouldn't, because Hilda can go twice.
Never let your guard down.
I love the handle
That
of
was
it,
the
though.
least I could do. I'll do my best.
And then dance for Hilda. I'm glad that it defaulted to dance instead of healing.
Nice.
No, take out the threats. The mortal savants are the ones that actually are going to deal all the damage.
Sorry, but it's you or me.
Let's go.
Oh, that's actually perfect.
Won't lose next time either.
Flying is now A.
I understand now.
Okay, bye.
We can't call any more demonic beasts. Time to see off his allies.
Wait, he was calling demonic beasts? Since when?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is where Balthus needs to start swinging.
Bow to the king.
At the ready.
Oh gosh, they're both going after Balthus. But it's okay. Balthus is actually fine. Unless they crit. If they crit,
What's
though,
my
that just
strategy?
sucks. Ooh. Okay.
Sunshine.
Just be careful.
Okay, I can heal
Sorry.
Claude while I'm here. Who else is left? Claude is left. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Let's try that again.
At the ready.
Fallen Star. Oh, okay, perfect. Perfect. That's one less threat down. Ingrid got another level up.
Hopefully I'll be more useful now.
Who's left? Lysithia.
Make this quick.
I'll heal up Cyril.
Thank you.
Slowly making our way through. We're almost there. Fail not T. Right, Hilda needs to go over and unlock that chest before I forget.
Sassy.
Oh, Brave Sword. That explains it. Yeah, there's no way anyone's outspeeding Yuri, especially now. And he's critting as well.
Really wanted to die, huh? What's the plan? All for our future.
A level up, and he got his
I
reason up.
sense an improvement. I'm really getting it.
Ragnarok.
Why not?
You're a big help.
Okay. Who else is left? We do have a few stragglers.
I'm in.
I'm gonna send Yuri down here. He is gonna be attacked, but nothing wrong with that. Might as well. I don't really need him to attack anything else.
Shall we?
And I'll mount while I'm thinking about it. It doesn't quite kill, but it brings him pretty close. And he can counterattack because they didn't give him close counter. Which means...
Hey, can you speak? Just puppets controlled by Nemesis. Well, they're the strongest puppets I've ever known.
Yeah, no kidding. I should have thought to have everyone attack their counterpart, I should call it.
What's my strategy? I hardly see any hope. Now's our chance.
Perfect. Now I only have to worry about one for now. I think that's everyone that needs to move.
Let's go.
Nope. Actually, yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Sunshine.
I don't need to waste bolting on anything right now.
I'll do my best.
Alright, assist, physic. Who needs it more? Definitely Lysithia.
Apologies.
Okay, that did not go as well as I thought it would, but it's okay. The crit, the double crit, Cyril. Cyril's pissed, apparently.
This still isn't good enough.
I mean, I would call that turn really good. Cyril, Sarah's Pegasus Co. withdrew. That's unfortunate. He's gonna attack, but he's just gonna die.
This could turn the tides.
There it is.
Don't expect any sympathy.
Lance of Ruin, right? Yes. So I need to see if I can get Sylvain down there. I might be able to, actually. Assist, rescue. Here we go. Come here, Sylvain. Can't quite reach.
Sunshine.
Alright, can I assist rescue from here? Okay, this might be a little closer.
What's the plan?
Okay. He doesn't have anything to say. Unless he does. I'm gonna check just to see.
Maybe
If maybe going in helps at all.
let's make this quick.
What's the plan?
You have no
I'll
range
do my
here.
best.
Dance. Alright. Lance of Ruin. Okay, he doesn't say anything apparently. Sorry, bud.
What's my strategy?
You're an armored knight, but you can't quite stand up to anything that I can do. Just start moving.
It took some doing, but now's our chance to face off against Nemesis.
Does he start moving? No, he stays still. Okay, good.
I'm in.
shall we?
Alright, what do we get here? Chest. Giant shell. Okay. Fine by me, I suppose.
At the ready. A fitting outcome.
And there's technically one person left, but he doesn't really do much.
Why not?
I mean, I guess I could send, like... Physic. I guess I could send Happy over to just, like, bop him.
My orders?
I don't want to die here.
You're not gonna die here, Cyril. Combat arts. Nope. Definitely don't do that. You don't have any healing. Okay. Just use the inexhaustible. I don't care. At this point, like, there's 2 enemies left on the entire battlefield. The amount that I don't have to worry right now is staggering. Physic to Cyril.
That helps.
Cyril's probably not going to be coming in to attack anymore. But we can open up this chest finally. Secret book. Increases dexterity. Okay. Everyone needs to gather to Byleth. We can't attack just yet. We're not ready.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, Lysithea can reach. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but my goodness, I am.
Sunshine.
He actually does come. Alright, well, I'm just gonna start heading this way, and you can take care of him.
I'm getting used to this.
Alright, next turn, everyone should be in position. Everyone that'll matter, anyways. Let's start with Claude. You've got the personality of a dead cat.
Too easy.
Well, okay, that's good. Well, that was an exhilarating first attack on Nemesis. He is mobile. Woo! Yuri, careful there, buddy. Yuri can't actually hurt him. Alright, oh my gosh. Jeez. He just, oh my gosh. I mean, his stats are insane, don't get me wrong, but... Void minus 20. Apocalyptic Flame. I mean... You deal the same amount of damage, but just in one hit instead of two. What is the effect of it? Effective against dragons. Enemies hit stuff for -5 strength. Oh, okay. There is a little more to it. No. Combat art, Apocalyptic Flame. Ugh. Ow.
Let's think about this.
Yep, that's like the absolute worst thing I could do. Lance of Ruin, Ruined Sky. What is the effect of Ruined Sky? Effective against flyers and dragons. That doesn't help me. What about Eviscerate? What is the effect of Eviscerate? Calculates damage using the lower of the foes. Okay. Okay. So I can actually deal a little bit of damage. I can hope he doesn't hit. Okay, he healed a little bit. Alright, well, time to rewind.
After all this time, it turns out I'm the king of dying.
What? What kind of a line is that? Why is that your last words? Alright.
What's my strategy?
Sublime Heaven. 27% chance to crit.
That sword, you bear the crest of flames, just as I do.
I do, and I crit you. He didn't fall. Is it not over?
There is still room for improvement.
Oh no, apparently that's it. For the freedom of Fodlin. That took me 13 turns.
That one seemed to work. We're almost done. Let's go, my friend.
I'm
Tough talk from the guy who's lived too long. Allow me to fix that!
You are all pathetic weaklings. You lack the courage to challenge me in lone combat.
Yet we have the strength to scale the walls between us. To reach out our hands in friendship so we can open our true hearts to one another. That's how we win!
Oh. Way to go, Claude.
Future historians will refer to this day as the new dawn of Fodlin. Of that, I have no doubt. It's up to you now, Teach. As for my path...
I guess that's what we're gonna have to find out.
A rising flame was alight as the flow of time carved a new history for Fodlin. The ambitions of the Fell King Nemesis were crushed, averting what could have been the greatest crisis in the history of Fodlin. After 5.5 years of war, a new age was set to begin. Country, faith, history, all that had once formed the order of the world was wiped clean. The heroes whose very hands saved Fodlin from a dark fate commenced with the building of a new society. The leaders
I like
of this
Claude
new,
there.
unified Fodlin began their walk down a seemingly endless path. One towards a world that would cherish differences in race and belief. One where all life would be valued equally. Those leaders clung to the hope that their path would not end with Fodlin, that it would someday span the seas to Dagda and beyond the throat to Ulmyra.
Are we not going to talk about the dragon that was on the right side? No? Alright. Goddess Tower. Hello, Yuri.
You came. I'm sure you already know where this is headed.
I'm sure I do. I have a bit of an idea. I've played this
Don't
game
toy
a few
with me,
times.
friend. Though I suppose you've always had that tendency, haven't you? Alright, whatever. I'll get right to it. You're the ruler of Fodlin now. That makes you the most powerful person in the world. Next to your brilliance, I'm not much more than a flightless sparrow. All I've got are my dreams, a handful of people working for me, and a pittance of gold. Well, and my undeniable charms, of course.
Can't
So
take
I've
that
gotta
away
know,
from you.
is there any room in your bright and shining world for someone like me?
Of course there is. Of course there is.
Always straight to the point with you. I should know that by now. Well, here we go then. I want you to take this. Consider it my token of thanks. A repayment for all you've done for me. If that makes you smile.
Oh.
You backed me up when I needed some help, even though I wouldn't admit it. Bit of a turf war, if you recall.
I don't need any thanks for it.
I always
I'm more than
repay
happy
what's
to help.
owed. It's how I sleep at night. But if you really don't need it, I've got another idea.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
it's
what's
more of
that?
an agreement. In return for this ring, I ask for you.
Just what sort of agreement are we talking about here?
This seems a rather cruel way to treat someone coming to you with his heart in his hands, don't you think?
That's fair.
I used to feel like saving the life of even one person who needed it would be enough. But I've set my sights even higher. A future in which nobody has to die from something as awful as poverty. I know it's a dream worth reaching for, however grand it might be. And you are truly special. I feel like together that dream could be made a reality. It may never happen, but it's important to try. Anyway, I'm just a person like anyone. I'll die, just like anyone.
Just
Whenever
like
that
everyone.
happens, someone will have to take over as boss. I've got that all lined up already. And so long as my people keep living with the same tenacity I've taught them, I've no doubt my dream will live on, whether or not I'm around to see to it. My name might fade into the dust, but my dream will remain. For the longest time, that was more than enough. But now I've come to want something else. When I go, I want someone around to write my name in my old notebook. I can't see anyone else more suited to the task than you. What's wrong? Did I say something strange?
I mean, yes, but no. Yeah, all this talk of you
I just want to
dying.
make sure things are set up properly. You never know when it'll be my time. I suppose I did just talk a fair bit about death during a proposal, didn't I? Normally, I'm much more charming. I think you get it anyway. So, will you accept my offer?
Before
Yeah?
I say I do.
Something else you want?
No. Oh.
Well, you certainly don't forget, huh?
I guess
I've
I
always
don't.
kept it private out of necessity. Couldn't have such a secret being spread around after all. If there's anyone I'll tell, it's you. Listen closely now.
Listen closely, everyone. Are we not gonna hear it? Oh. And that, my friends, is Fire Emblem Three Houses. The Verdant Windroot. This was quite different for me. Like I said before, I mostly played this as a, if you want to put it in frank terms, an excuse. Something to get me motivated to actually play through it. It was definitely an experience. I don't regret doing it. I'm very, very glad that I played this, and it was so much fun to actually play through it all again. I had never used any of the Ashen Wolves. I had never used Yuri, Constance, or any of them outside of the DLC. And they are actually really good. All in their own way, of course. They weren't perfect. I do definitely feel like Hilda and a few others might have outshone them just a little bit. But they were all still very, very good. And there are a few things that I wish I had done more. I probably should have done a few more paralogs. I probably should have done a few things differently. I could have done a few episodes a little bit different. Like, there's a lot of things that I will admit that I didn't do quote-unquote correctly. But this is a learning experience for me. I'm nowhere near what you would call a professional YouTuber. I just enjoy playing video games, and I just figured that I would share some of that love with other people. And here we are, finishing our first playthrough of a game with, you know, what's hopefully going to be this look for quite a while. It was a good bit of fun. I also hope that we get to see, like, total stats. Oh, here we go. Anna, traveling merchant, no battles. Anna's business savvy proved to be a great asset in the post-war reconstruction of Garrick Mach. Once the restoration was complete, she disappeared from the area entirely. Though tales of a mysterious merchant were passed down in every corner of the world for centuries to come, some says... Oh, dang it. Catherine left the Knights of Saros and set out to travel across Fodlin with Thunderbrand in hand. She wandered the countryside, seeking always to defend the innocent and to punish the wicked. Her years of heroics ensured that she would always be remembered by people as a beloved folk hero. Alois, son of the Knights. Once all the fighting had come to an end, Alois officially took up the position of the captain of the Knights of Saros. In this capacity, he was much beloved by the Knights, became more unified than ever under his command. It is said that their accomplishments during his tenure were beyond even Gerald's troop had achieved. I can't speak this fast. Divine songstress Manuela. Manuela left Garrick Mach to build her own academy in a small, war-torn town. There, she contributed heavily to rebuilding efforts while teaching future generations the necessary skills of survival. Though she never married or had children of her own, she spent the years of her life happily devoted to her students. I'm happy you're happy, Manuela. Father of Crestology, Hanneman. Though Fodlin had changed, Hanneman's goal remained unwavering, to determine the workings of crests and to do away with the inequality caused by them. To that end, his research resulted in magical tools that could be used even without the aid of crests. This has proved... dang it. Annette. Loomed overachiever. Annette returned to her hometown of Ferdiad, where she took up a teaching position at the Royal School of Sorcery. She was a gifted instructor, and many of her students went on to become world-renowned sages. Though her talents for teaching were remarkable in its own right, she was perhaps the most remembered for her effortlessly securing the trust and respect of her many students, as well as inspiring all who knew. I'm just gonna give up. I frankly can't. Also, that does a lie. I did use her in a battle. Excuse me. Ash is the arrow of justice. It looks like he was recognized as an ideal knight whose deeds live on in countless tales. I really like these. They're little, you know, just minor epilogues for all the characters that we've come to know and love. Skirmishes, bored and restless. Yeah, that sounds like him. Yeah, he doesn't feel like the kind of person who would enjoy sitting around as a noble. He would much rather be in the fray. Petra, also a lie. I did use her once in a paralogue. An inherited throne, independence from Fodlin, and worked to secure a friendly relationship. Well, that's good. I'm glad that Petra managed to become a good leader. Bernadetta. Oh, I thought it said eternal loser. I was about to lose my mind. She withdrew from all political discourse and focused solely on managing her own territory. She became known as the Bear of Varley. Caspar. We need to start getting to the units that we actually used. Journey of Self-Discovery. Oh, he's going to become a monk up in the mountains. I'm sure if you actually want to read all these, you can pause and take a look, but I'm sure we'll get to the interesting ones soon. Flame, 2 battles. Okay. Slumbering Princess. Forgotten she had ever existed. A young woman resurfaced in a completely transformed Fodlin. Oh, Ferdinand, nice. Reforming his territory, overcame obstacles, helped lands of fire. Well, looks like he worked hard to achieve the one thing he wanted. Oh. Oh yeah, that's probably pretty early on. Travel Fodlin. I hope that he painted this epic final battle. Lawrence, many more battles. Assumed leadership, the Noble of the Red Rose. His political talent yielded revolutionary policy changes, many of which were particular benefit to the common folk. Oh, well look at that. He does look out for the little guys. 32 battles. Oh, wait, I think I get it. Battles as in every time you go into a, like, not like, not a mission, but like every single fight you get in while within the mission. I get it, okay. Look at that. Sleepy Crest Scholar and Survivor of the Curse. Marianne returned home to a warm welcome from her adoptive father, who recognized her wisdom and skill and began to groom her as his successor. Meanwhile, Linhardt abandoned his noble claim and happened to choose Margrave Edmund's territory as the site to which to continue his crest research. Edmund took a liking to Linhardt and approved wholeheartedly when the scholar and his daughter expressed their wish to marry. As Edmund's successor, the couple will combine Linhardt's brilliance with Marianne's practical wisdom to bring abundance to the people. Cyril. Very nice, Cyril. Unable to serve Lady Rhea any longer, Cyril nearly left the church. He was persuaded to stay, however, to assist in rebuilding the monastery he helped maintain. Thanks to his devoted work ethic, the Officers' Academy was able to reopen a few years later. When the new students took the reception hall, Cyril found himself among them. Aww, that's nice. Happy. Beastmaster. Where exactly Happy went after the war is unknown. Some say she returned to her hometown to live a quiet life, while others speculate she assumed a new identity in the underworld beneath Garrick Mach. There is one incident that is a matter of historical record, however. Some years later, remnants of those who slither in the dark emerged to threaten Fodlin once again. They were defeated by a mysterious woman leading a horde of beasts. Constance. For her service in the war and her innovations in magic, Constance von Nouvelle was among the first to receive peerage in the New Fodlin. For generations thereafter, her noble house was valued as a leader in magical research and development. Sorcery Incarnate. Leone, the Bladebreaker Mark II, and Shamir, the Distant Air Archer. Leone assumed leadership of the mercenaries formerly led by Geralt. One day, she was hired to protect a noble who had been warned of a bandit attack. The warning note listed all of the noble's foul deeds and was signed with the image of a spider, which Leone recognized. Just as she suspected, the one who came to the appointed day was none other than Shamir. Leone was happy to break her contract on this occasion and even offered Shamir a position in her company. The result was the most famous mercenary group in devoted heart and sincerest of knights. After more than 10 proposals, Dorothea finally relented and agreed to marry Sylvain. Together they inherited the Gautier territory. With the support of his wife's counseling, the new Margrave Gautier was able to improve relationships with the Shreng people, thereby convince the nobles. I'm not even going to try because I won't be able to make it to the end in time. Sylvain was his It is said that dang it. Lysithea, King of Grappling, and Balthus, Scholar of Misfortune. I got those backwards, but it's fine. Balthus accompanied Lysithea home to help her parents restore their family land, securing the aid of his younger brother, who happened to be the lord of a nearby domain. Years later, when the end of their hard work was finally in sight, Lysithea relinquished House Ordelia's claim to nobility. There, they fell in love, lived peacefully, happy. Dang it, I can't read. Hilda, Free Spirit, and the Heir of Purpose, Sedith. After the war, Sedith dedicated himself to restoration of the church. He continued to write fables for children in his spare time, but became dissatisfied with the hobby due to lack of quality illustrations for his work. When Hilda learned of this, she jumped at the chance to visit Garrick Mach and illustrate some more of Sedith's new stories for him. King of Unification and Stalwart Knight. Entrusting the future of Fodlin to his friends, Claude left for Elmira with Ingrid, whom he intended to marry. He announced this fact to his father, the King of Elmira, who approved of Claude's strength and Ingrid's virtue and resolved to entrust the monarchy to them. Even after they ascended to the throne, Claude and Ingrid argued frequently, but while the queen chased the fleeing knights through the palace, it was a common occurrence. The couple... Here we go. Ruler of Dawn and Underground Lord. As the leader of the United Kingdom of Fodlin, Byleth worked tirelessly to reform and rebuild in the aftermath of the devastating war. Constantly at her side during this time was her husband, Yuri, whose policy proposals led time and time again to better education and opportunities for the less fortunate, a legacy that was later taken up by the couple's children. I wish I could read a little bit faster. Oh, is that all? Anything left, game? Well, looks like it's just the credits. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip the credits. I don't have much more that I need to say. So, I guess I'm just going to see if there's anything left. Nope. And there we go. That is the end of Fire Emblem Three Houses. I hope you had as much fun on this journey as I did. And while it's not going to come immediately, I am recording this on the 27th of January. Pokemon is something that I thought about playing, but I kind of decided against it because there wasn't anything that was coming out around this time. But who knows? Maybe we'll get to see a bit of a legend come up. I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I... stop it! I get it. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I'm sorry it had to end so soon. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for enjoying this series alongside me. I'll talk to you later, and hope you have a wonderful day.